And then, what is your view on eBay as far as being, in some cases, the primary marketplace for the sale and resale of
Sure.
original props?
Well, for what we do, eBay is a huge outlet. We've sold. I mean, I don't know how much we've sold, but we've been selling 150 items a week where we just finished our 24th week. So there's a lot of stuff that's been moved on eBay, and we've done as much on eBay probably as we've done in the 2 live auctions. So it is a primary sales tool. It's a double-edged sword, because on eBay you get a lot of people who don't understand props and costumes, who have different expectations. They all expect it shipped the next day in a priority mailbox for $5.95. And then when you take your time and you charge them $20 to pack something, double box it in styrofoam with the COA and 2 layers of cardboard, and and it takes you 2 weeks to ship that out because you got to print the COA and you got to put the hologram on it. Then they get all upset. So you're constantly educating the eBay people. So it's I'd much rather do a live auction than eBay auctions. I think it's more fun, and the expectation level is different. But it is a primary source for us, especially in the secondary market. I don't even look at eBay for props I don't even know what the category is. I don't go on it. I'm not interested. I'm not going to buy anything on eBay. I only collect Star Trek and Battlestar Galactica, and Star Trek. We kind of see everything on the Star Trek prop forum, so I don't need to go on eBay to find it. And it's the Wild Wild West. Mm-hmm. It is comic books before CGC. For those of you who know comics, before Comic Guarantee started slabbing comics, you didn't know what you were getting. And I think props is the most fraud-ridden hobby I've ever been associated mm-hmm. with. And I wouldn't go near a prop on eBay. I mean, I just bought a Star Trek V assault phaser from someone on our board. And I just, an hour and a half ago, ran into Greg Jean, who I've been trying to track down for 2 weeks. And I asked him about it. I said, here's what, he said, oh, that's not real. And we had our suspicions, we thought so. But here was someone on my board, who I knew, advertised it as and not trying to defraud anyone, but had bad information. Mm-hmm. Said it was a hero, said it was made of fiberglass. It wasn't a hero, it wasn't made of fiberglass. Said it was, used here or there. So I have problems with people I know getting good stuff. Why am I going to go on eBay where everything's fake? If you're buying an autograph on eBay, probably 80% of the autographs on eBay are fake. Mm-hmm. Props, I bet it is 90% of the props are fake. And there's enough Star Trek props out there that I don't have to buy something off eBay. There's so much out there that's from Christie's or it's a wrap. So so eBay's the Wild Wild West.
So going back to Battlestar Galactica, do you have any sense of how many of your customers were seasoned prop collectors and how many have never bought a prop before and it's just a totally new world for them?
I bet you somewhere between, of all our customers that have bought from us, probably between 10 and 20% had actually bought a proper costume before.
Wow.
The rest were newbies. And it was fun because we have a forum on battlestarprops.com, mm-hmm. and you get to interact with them, you get to educate them, and then some of my Star Trek collectors, like Dave McCloskey, who's a member of the NPF, would come on the forum and become a member, and would kind of take on this mentoring role, sometimes educating, sometimes kind of slapping them around, but anyway, helping teach the newbies what it was like and what to expect. And we had to change our process too because there were so many newbies. That's mm-hmm. why 3 months into it, we said, okay, we need a glossary on our site, and we need to put it in every single box. And we did it all up, and you and I have talked about glossary of terms many times, and we certainly compared your lexicon and kind of chose the terms we felt were most appropriate. So it's a huge amount of newbies, and you really have to do things right, and you have to educate them. And there needs to be an integrity. It is in the work. You always hear actors talking about the integrity of their work in it. Mm-hmm. And I think there's an integrity in the prop and costume collecting community. And that is so important. One of my very best friends in this hobby, Brett Jones, who works at one of the top prop houses in Hollywood, and he's funny because he and I will just get into some knockdown, drag out arguments at times. We're both hotheads, and but he has such an integrity about props. I mean, he makes the best Star Trek replicas, bar none. He makes Star Trek replicas that will fool anyone who knows Star Trek props. But he has zero interest in not ripping anyone off, and he leaves tails on everything, and he's very upfront with everyone, and he has rejected orders from people he thinks are trying to sell his stuff off as real. He has a real sense of integrity about the work, about preserving it, and that's what we do. And that is something I honestly, outside of a prop store of London, maybe, or a Screen Use, both guys, I like both those guys. Outside of that, the auction houses, zero integrity, honestly. And you of all people know it best, because you do such an amazing job exposing the Planet of the Apes Statue of Liberty, the Dracula ring, the Superman capes, whatever. There's all these things, and just because someone says it's real doesn't mean it's real. Just because it's in an auction catalog, oh, well, this has to be real. It was in the Christie's catalog in 1990. That doesn't mean anything. I mean, you did that great expose on all the Star Trek props over the years. And there were so many, how many, there must have been 20 TOS phasers sold.
Exactly, yeah.
We know they're all fake. Almost every one of those was fake. So just because but what is it? Oh, the auction house takes, oh, well, it comes with a letter from so-and-so, and someone you've never heard of. So I think when we're doing this, when we're doing Battlestar, we know it's all real. It's coming from the studio, right? When you're doing secondary market stuff, it's a lot different. And now we're starting to venture into that market. We've got a big Star Trek auction this fall. But it's all coming from guys from the show. So there's no question about the stuff. And it's just really, really tough, because people are more, and let's face it, they're more interested in making a buck than doing what's right, and making a buck off something that's not legit is not interesting to me at all. It really, you kind of sell your soul at that point.